Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, because right now Bitcoin is pumping massively to the upside after getting a bit of a dip here. Of course, over the last couple of days, you heard me talking about this bearish divergence here. However, I do think this is now mostly played out, considering that we have now seen this bullish divergence confirm here on the 4-hour time frame as well. And a bullish divergence is when you have lower lows in the Bitcoin price and higher lows in the RSI momentum indicator. So typically a bullish divergence points towards a break from all of this bearish price action that we have been seeing here recently, either in the form of some choppy sideways price action or perhaps even some bullish momentum in the short term. If we take a closer look at the 1-hour time frame, you can see that right here we have a beautiful breakout of this descending line of resistance. And of course, I opened a long position when we broke that downtrend. I even shared that in my signals group inside the Discord community. Now, I did already close that trade after getting some nice momentum to the upside here. In fact, I got an 87% profit on that trade, just longing as we broke that downtrend. And I wasn't the only one to benefit from this. For example, we have Hustleman Matt here, who also longed that breakout when the signal was sent. He said solid signal this morning, caught some nice wins. And here you can see he got some nice gains on those trades as well. If you want to get access to my real-time analysis and these trading signals, you can do so completely for free simply by joining the Road to 1 Million community on Discord. You can find the link to that in the video description. And once you're in here and verified, you simply go to this trading signals access channel and you follow these 3 steps right here to get access to my trading signals completely for free. Coming back to this 4-hour time frame, what do we need to be paying attention to? Well, the first order of business here is actually trying to break above this 0.236 Fibonacci level sitting at 96.3K, roughly speaking. And of course, we want to see a break on that 4-hour time frame because for now, this is still acting as a level of resistance. So yes, that means that it is still possible to get a rejection from that level. Either way, if we now start breaking this level of resistance, then it actually could start to get pretty interesting. For example, if I just take this Fibonacci retracement here, and I'm taking it from this wick high all the way down to this wick low, you can see that where the price is currently trading corresponds to this Fibonacci golden pocket sitting between 96.3K and 96.6K. So if we break that level, I do think a further continuation to the upside is more likely. However, we must take into consideration the RSI momentum indicator as well. For example, on this 1-hour time frame, so we are talking about the immediate short term here, this is already reaching into overbought territory. And usually when we are in overbought territory, there is limited room to the upside. So to me, it would not be surprising to eventually start to see this RSI cool off a little bit here in the immediate short term, which can be done either in the form of some choppy sideways price action or perhaps even some bearish momentum in the short term. So that is just something to keep in mind. Now, if I actually zoom out to the 1-day time frame, this is actually looking slightly concerning because we still have this bearish divergence here on that 1-day time frame. This is pointing towards a break from all of this bullish price action that we saw here recently. Again, either in the form of some choppy sideways price action or some bearish momentum in the short term. So notice how there is a difference between the different time frames. Right now, the short term is looking to be more bullish. However, this 1-day time frame is still showing this warning signal here. And the way I am trading this situation here is mostly just focusing on the lower time frames, because to me, this is simply a little bit more controllable than trying to catch those big moves, those big swings, either to the upside or to the downside, right? But of course, everyone has their own style in trading, so do whatever works for you. And lastly, if I'm just zooming out to this 1-week time frame here for Bitcoin, this is actually still looking bullish in my personal opinion. Yes, we could see some downside, for example, because of that 1-day time frame that I showed you earlier. However, what I'm looking at on this 1-week time frame is basically Bitcoin is making higher highs and higher lows. So until that changes, I am not changing my posture in the long term. And yes, I am still bullish on Bitcoin. Next, taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. First of all, on this 1-month time frame, what you can see right here is that we have a big pocket of liquidity of about $500 million worth of short positions sitting at 99.9K. Before I get to that, in the short term, you can see that we do have a big pocket of liquidity sitting at 97K, which is just above the current price. I do think the odds of this being taken out are quite likely. And to be fair, there is also quite a bit of liquidity to the downside, as low as about 88.5K, with most of that sitting at about 91,000. So for example, if Bitcoin takes out this 97K level and then rolls over for potentially another move to the downside, then I will start to look at that 90 all the way down to 88.5K level as a potential area that the Bitcoin price is targeting. However, typically the Bitcoin price gets attracted to where there is the most liquidity on this chart. And right now that is to the upside. So surely if you are a bear here and you actually shorted this move to the downside, you probably felt pretty good on this way down. But now that you see this violent push to the upside here, surely with your liquidity sitting at 99K, you are watching this chart with some clenched cheeks and and like a single drip of sweat on your forehead, thinking like, do I take profits here? Because it is starting to look more and more likely that this 99K level is eventually going to get taken out. But of course, that is not financial advice. I'm simply telling you what I'm seeing in the charts, and you can do with that information what you like. Either way, next taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. Yesterday, we saw a net inflow of about $120 million. So the Bitcoin ETFs are still selling here, although it is quite a bit less than what we saw the day before. Now, of course, so long as the Bitcoin ETFs keep selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin every single weekday, obviously this is going to have a downwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price. But for now, nothing too significant is going on. It could just be a similar story to what we saw here, where we had back-to-back days of net outflows. And after that, the Bitcoin ETFs just resumed with putting up insane net buying pressure. So I'm curious to see how that actually plays out tomorrow. Either way, this has been today's market update. Don't forget to join the Road to 1 Million community and get access to my trading signals completely for free. Again, you can find the link to this in the video description. And once you are in the community and verified, you simply go to this trading signals access channel and you follow these 3 steps right here to get access to my signals completely for free. But regardless, if you do end up joining or not, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.